Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna show you what I do to secure my computer. So this is like a security audit where I do different things to just secure my computer, whether it's a new install or a old install, where I have lots of programs on it already. So in front of me I have Windows 11. It's a brand new install. There's nothing on here. So once it's installed, the first thing I do is I just obviously update it. You just come to search and type in update. Check for updates. So you have to update it fully and do a couple of restarts before you move on. Right, so as you can see, this one is busy updating and it's busy doing its thing. After it's finished, it will say you have to restart your computer, and you do it. Restart it. It might have some more updates after that, so it has to completely finish. Let me just show you. If it's completely finished, it will look something like, yeah, it will say you're up to date. So in this virtual machine, it's busy now. Right, so once that is finished, I usually run the Chris Titus tool. Now, it's not like I believe everything he says. It's just a very convenient tool. It's got a bunch of scripts all at one place, and it deploads your system and it just disables a lot of stuff. So it's a convenience tool, but totally optional. You don't have to use it. You can write your own scripts, or you can just manually delete stuff and disable it and so on Windows. It takes a while, but yeah, all this stuff. So you can ignore that one. Right, and there's a couple of features or stuff that we want to disable that's not being disabled in this tool. It's definitely disabled in NetBIOS. So in Windows 11, I'm a Windows 10 user, so Windows 11 is a bit new still. So let's go to view network connections. We have to go there to disable NetBIOS. NetBIOS is an old network protocol for file sharing that you definitely don't need, except if you have some old devices on your network. Right, well, that's going. Right, so this is my network card. You can just right click on it. Oh, this virtual machine is suffering. Properties. Well, let's go. It's completely dying now. Right, then you come to Internet Protocol version 4, and again properties. You go to advanced, and you go to Wins. Now it's still enabled even in Windows 11. Can you believe it? So just disable it here at the bottom. Disable NetBIOS over TCP/IP. Say okay and close. So we can close that off. So the next one is features. Isn't it Windows features? So it's the SMB 1.0. It's another network protocol. Service message block. There's newer versions, so you definitely don't need that old one being on your system. So I know in Windows 10 it's actually installed, but in 11 they actually did not include it, so that's good. So just if it's Windows 10, just unclick that, say okay. Right, is there anything else in here that I needed to do? And then Windows 10 there is PowerShell, an old PowerShell. Is it not 2.0? Let me just make sure. Right, let's close that. Let me see. Yeah, it's a Windows PowerShell 2.0. So as you can see, I disable it there. So we can definitely disable it here. There's newer versions that's on your system. So okay, and it will actually uninstall that one. Right, so the next is SMB's remote desktop and remote assistance. So if you're not using remote desktop, then why have it? It's a security risk. So remote desktop connection, just type in remote desktop. Not not that one. So remote, he wants me to type the whole thing almost. So remote desktop settings. Open that, and then so lucky it's off by default in Windows 11, but in Windows 10 it's on. So just switch it off. Then I'll just type in here remote assistance. Yeah, and just click this. Click the first one. This is more of a support. So if you have a problem in your computer, a technician can remotely connect to your computer and sort out your computer. So this is temporary, obviously. It's a bit different than remote desktop, but you don't want that running anyway. So untick that box and don't allow remote assistance. Apply. Okay, so we've done with that. And then so if this is not a new install, just uninstall unnecessary programs. So type in control panel. I think everybody knows how to uninstall stuff. Uninstall. Right, so if you haven't used a program in months or even years, why have it on your system? That program is probably outdated, and it could be a vulnerability, and it might even make a connection through internet that you don't know about. So just uninstall unnecessary programs. Right, and then check all security enables. So let's go to the search box and say, type in security, Windows security, and right. Right, so just check that everything is on and there's no exclamation mark. So let's go to the first one, virus and threat protection. Check that everything is running. So Defender is not the best antivirus, but I mean it's better than nothing. So manage settings, go into the first one, check that all this is on. Scroll down, control folder access, click on that, switch that on. That's for ransomware protection. Right, so then we go back to the first one, and then virus and threat protection updates. Okay, that's just updates and that. Okay, we can move on. Account protection. So it's better to have a local account than a Microsoft account for some security issues. And go to firewall and network protection. So it will be on, just check that it's on. If it's not, switch it on. And then if you're working on a laptop and you take it with you to airport or any public internet, come to this last one and just block all incoming connections so that it can't somebody can't hijack you. Right, let's go back. So that's all for that. And then app and browser control. So smart app control, I don't think Windows 10's got this. You can just check. So evaluation is good. If it's a high risk area, high risk computer, just put it on. It will block any untrusted apps. So this is almost like device guard. In evaluation, it will evaluate it first before it blocks it. That's a good setting to be on. Right, reputation based protection. Right, this will all be on by default. Potential unwanted app blocking. I'm not sure what's the difference between this one and the previous one, but you might as well put it on. Unwanted, so this is your POAs. If it gives you problems, just come back and disable it. Right, lots of problems. Then exploit protection, let's see what's in there. Right, so in here everything will be on by default except force randomization for images. I think if there's some malicious code in an image or something, I can't remember, I made a video about this, then you obviously don't want that. So this one will be off, so just switch it on. So you need to restart to take effect. I think it uses some resources, that's why it's off by default, your computer's resources, but not too much. Right, are we done there? So we're done there. Then device security. So if you've got a newer computer that supports this, you can have actually enable core isolation. And let's see, I think mine is fine. We're gonna have a driver problem probably. Anyway, while that's checking, check that these are on. And so device performance health, you don't, let's see, okay, restart. So if it says it's not supported, then there's nothing you can do. Device performance and health, there's nothing you need to do in there. And yeah, that's it for security. So it's just a quick overview and check that everything is on. Then we can go on. Wow, is this still going? So that's that. Oh yeah, then scan, I wanted to show you. Let's go there quickly again. So if this is not a new install and you suspect there's something going on your computer, come to virus threat protection, scan options, then come down to Microsoft Defender antivirus offline scan. So this will actually reboot your system and then scan it before your Windows boots. So if there's any like viruses hiding somewhere before it boots, it will actually stop it there, and it will stop your system from getting reinfected. I'm not sure if it hides. Where could it hide? In your BIOS? Will this scan in the BIOS? I'm not sure, but you can do this scan, it's pretty good. Why not? Right, so there's that scan. And then if this reboots and you are in front of your computer, you might as well go into your BIOS, and if you got a newer system, it will definitely have the newer UEFI BIOS, which you can actually enable the secure boot. So just check in your menus in your BIOS for secure boot. Sometimes it's in the security area, sometimes it's in the boot area. Just have to check. Switch it on. It's just another layer of protection. Right, let's close that and that. Right, and then there is scanning stuff. So let's go to my system. So the new install is actually done. If you want to add extra security, you can run enable the device guard and credential guard. This is more for Windows Enterprise, but there is some remnants left of these programs on Windows Pro 10 and 11, but you have to install Hyper-V. So let's just minimize this. So let's go here. So just open Windows features, and if you want to enable device guard, you have to install. So click the, you have to install Windows. Am I confused now? What am I looking at? Oh yeah, you have to install Hyper-V. So just click that, enable it, install it, and then device guard should actually works because it uses a virtualization to run in. I don't know how it works, but it uses that. So to enable device guard and credential guard, so device guard blocks unwanted apps from running. You can actually create policies to do that and have a white list and stuff. And credential guard just guards your login credentials. So let's go to GP edit. This is obviously just on the pro versions of Windows. Edit group policy. So this is optional, you don't have to do it, it's just extra security. Now I have to think. Windows admin, go to administrative templates, and I think it's in system. Yeah, system and then device guard. So let's just make this bigger quickly. And then turn on virtualization based security. As you can see, I've enabled it just to see if it blocks stuff that I need, and it hasn't. I haven't even noticed anything. It might not even be working because this is Windows Pro. But why would I put it in here? So enable that, and then say secure boot and DMA protection. Enable with UEFI lock. Requires UEFI memory attribute table. Here's the credential guard. Enable with UEFI lock. And secure launch configuration enable. So you're going to enable that. And yeah, so I might be wrong about this. It might not do anything on Windows Pro, because I know in Enterprise you can actually install device guard and do the policies and all that stuff. So I don't know. Anyway, then there is then you can actually disable scripts, PowerShell scripts from running on your system. So it can be very dangerous for these scripts to run on your system. If somebody gets into your computer and run these scripts, it's a bad day. So if you're not running any scripts, you might as well disable it from running. But I'm not going to explain how to do it. I'll just leave a link below in a video I've made. It's not difficult, it's just a few clicks and it's disabled. Right, and that is pretty much the audit. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, and then, yeah, I've almost forgot. Obviously, there's another thing that you can check if you really suspect something is wrong, is just download and install Sysinternals suite from Microsoft. So it's like Task Manager, but just way more extensive. So where is it now? Oh yeah, I forgot. Before you do that, you can actually just download MRT, so it's malicious removal tools from these companies. So Kaspersky's got their own one. Just check, it's not a fully fledged antivirus, it's just a quick scanner. So you can scan your system. So if it picks up anything, then you know there is something going on. And then the other one is Malwarebytes, which is a very good popular second opinion scanner. And then Norton. So it's all free. Run them, scan them. I don't think they install that, just scan, so it's good. If you're paranoid. And then let's go to, where is it now? Let's go to the Sysinternals suite. So once you download it, it's got all these programs in here that you can actually run and check your system. So I've yeah, well, let's just run it here. So the best one to run is auto run 64. So just right click and run it as administrator. It will run, and through this is all the programs that's running on your computer now, systems, services, and so on. So what makes this nice is you can actually run this through the VirusTotal, and VirusTotal can actually scan this and check if it's if there's a problem. So just come here to options and say scan options. Okay, still busy loading. There's a bunch of stuff. You can just come through here and check all the programs. If they look a bit shaky, you know, you can go into dev more. Let's see if it's done. Scan options. Yeah. Okay, so just enable verify code signature, check virustotal.com, submit unknown images, rescan, and it will actually give you a 0 out of 76 or something score here. So I think it's 76 antivirus is scanning. If it says like 10 out of 76, means 10 says this file is malicious. I think there's a problem with VirusTotal because it gives me error. It didn't before. You can actually individually scan these files. So what it does is it submits a hash file, a unique identifier, and it compares it to what it has on file there, and it will say if there's a problem. But if there's a problem, you can actually upload that file to VirusTotal. So say if it's not too big though, obviously. So which one should we do? Let's take this one. HP usage tracking. So we can actually jump to image. Where is it now? So this is the actual file, 30 kilobytes. And then let's go to, and you can actually choose file, desktop, upload it, and it will scan it. So now it doesn't just scan the hash or compare the hash, it actually scans the actual file, and it will tell you if there's a problem. 13 hours ago, who uploaded the first one? That is crazy. Right, so that is pretty much it. So this is a very nice tool. Obviously there's something wrong today with VirusTotal, but because it will definitely give you a score here. And I did run this as admin. Yeah, it says there. Alright, so this is how I do it. If you got any other methods that you want to include, please tell me. That will be great. And yeah, good.